Looking at corn and being able to stage it properly is very important when we start looking at just understanding what the crop is going through at that specific time. So it's really easy early on to be able to stage corn, because typically there's a thumb leaf, which is really the first collar. You can see the collars here very specifically coming down, but what does that really equate to when we look at being able to stage the corn plant? As corn gets larger, you can start to see the leaves have sloughed off, and we really don't know what that thumb leaf is. So it's important to be able to split the stalk to get ourselves really close to where that stage of that corn is. So if you dig up the corn plant, typically try to remove as much of that soil as you can very carefully, because here in just a minute we're going to actually be splitting the stalk. Remove the soil as best you can. Biggest thing is when you do cut this stalk open, you want to try to make sure you keep it as clean as you can, just so that you can really see the inside of that pith of that corn plant. So once you get the majority of the mud off, you're able to sit this thing down, clean off your knife here, and be able to start coming into this plant. So what you want to do is just take a knife and just start coming through, and just try to stay as much in the center as you possibly can. You're going to come up, and as you start to come up, you're going to have to come down, and you're going to have to cut right through the crown of that corn plant. Once you get down through the crown, you're just going to continue to work yourself up. And just carefully separate the stalk. So what you're going to be able to see once you separate this is you're going to be able to see the seed. In most cases is still there. And you can see some of these start off roots that we have basically did their job early on in the growing season to be able to get this plant started as it transitioned from the seed to the root system at about V2. And we started to put out crown roots. So this is the mesocotyle, this is the seed, this was some of the radical roots early on. And as we come up, we just start coming up, and what we're seeing is basically these nodes right here. And that's how we stage corn. And it's probably a little bit easier to see on this one because it's been dried. But there's 4 that are stacked right here. 4 nodes, 4 collars, so to speak, if you want to. There's an inner node here, and this is number 5. So we're going to start here with number 5. It's a little bit harder to see here because we've just cut it, but right here is the 4. Right here is number 5. So we're going to come up, and so we're number 6. We're number 7. We're number 8. We're number 9. We're number 10. We're number 11. And we're number 12. And so this corn is right in here. The majority of this field is going from V11, V12. And as you come on up, if you're cut very carefully, you're actually going to see the rest of these nodes stacked up, and you're actually going to see the tassel. So when you start looking at nutrient uptake, it's very important. We know that this corn plant right now is pulling up to a quart of water a day with this root system, and it's pulling up close to 8 pounds of nitrogen, along with about 2 pounds of phosphorus and about 5.4 pounds of potassium.